It has now become more obvious than ever that the socialists within our federal government are now embracing, encouraging, sanctioning, and supporting a de facto state religion. I'm Tim Greenwood, and this is Windows on the Word. Colleges and universities across the nation have already been converted into federally funded seminaries of this religion and are pumping out droves of new converts, evangelists, prophets, and teachers indoctrinated to silence, stifle, and if possible, shackle both Judaism and Christianity. This religion raised its ugly head back in the 60s, but was for the most part ignored. But seemingly, somehow, overnight, 30 to 40% of our citizens are said now to embrace the tenets of this religion on some level. What constitutes a philosophy as being a religion? Well, generally speaking, if a philosophy answers these three questions, it can be considered a religion. Where did we come from? Where are we going? And what are we supposed to do in between? Now, simply stated, Christianity believes that man was created by God, and that we're headed to eternity with God, and that in between we are to sacrifice in order to duplicate, emulate, propagate, and spread the light of Jesus throughout this earth. Now, that state religion believes that man evolved from a bit of pond scum in a primordial swamp, that we're headed for certain disaster and destruction, but that in the meantime, while we wait to return to the post-apocalyptic swamp, we are to do whatever seems right in our own eyes, live without restraint, fulfill every human lust, and tantalize every human sense. Now, that state religion balances all this by doing some kind of trivial sacrifice to Mother Earth, something like cycling plastic and paper, or placing and carrying the needs of other species over human beings. And of course, driving those tiny little inefficient electric cars to save us from the wrath of Mother Earth in the form of global warming. Christianity, which lifts, encourages, empowers, enlightens, builds up, strengthens, saves, delivers, heals, protects, and provides, is no longer the sanctioned religion. Even though this nation was historically founded upon the principles of Christianity as found in the Bible. So what is this federally funded, federally sanctioned, federally judge-supported, and school system promoted state religion? It's something called secular humanism. Secular humanism promotes envy and jealousy in the name of equality and fairness, infidelity and bad faith in the name of freedom, darkness and death and destruction of individuals in the name of the common good, perversion and depravity in the name of civil rights, animosity and intolerance of the Judeo-Christian ethic in the name of freedom of religion, or as some misquote it, the freedom from religion, and results in the ever-escalating downward spiral of mankind, morally, ethically, and spiritually, not to mention physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially. Secular humanism comes in many guises: Marxism, socialism, communism, atheism, and fundamentalism, to name a few. Even the ancient worship of Baal and Beelzebub were forms of secular humanism. Now, it's my belief that the socialists currently holding office within our federal government have every intention of officially imposing this anti-Christian religion upon the population of our nation, no matter what the cost. Therefore, we, as Christian men and women, have the responsibility to stand up, step up, and speak up to unseat every elected representative that exhibits or touts the tenets of this religion. Now, we, as Christian men and women, have the responsibility to replace these misguided individuals with elective representatives that will at least reflect the historical Judeo-Christian ethic of our nation and with biblical Christian morals and practices that made this nation great. But it has to be done now before it's too late.